on the far side of the world, beyond the grasp of even the wildest imagination. Life brings one astonishment after another. This is reality. This is Wild Australia. Australia's steaming tropics rise like a slice of paradise out of the flattest continent on Earth. Worlds away from the parched lands to the south and inland. This is where countless jungle dramas unfold. A giant step back in time to the secret realm of the extraordinary southern cassowary. Tall as a man, but shy as a mouse. He's like a real-life Bigfoot, seldom seen and rarely studied. Despite his colorful face and weird, conspicuous crown, he just wants to blend in, living a solitary life, except when he's raising his chicks. The other rainforest dwellers honor his request for privacy. They have their own lives to worry about. In this land of strange adaptations, the trees shelter what looks like the love child of Winnie the Pooh and Roo. She's a Lumholtz tree kangaroo. Of Australia's 60 kinds of roos, she's one of 2 species that live in the canopy. A little larger than a Jack Russell Terrier, she's built like a ground kangaroo in reverse, with shorter hind legs and longer, stronger forelimbs. The trees provide plenty to eat, so she seldom has reason to leave, spending her days nibbling and napping. She's not graceful, but she can walk backwards, something her hopping cousins can't manage. This awkward doe balances for two, carrying her little squirrel-like Joey in her pouch. In almost every inch of the dense forest, a silent battle rages. The war that plants wage to capture each ray of sunlight. This strangler fig plays dirty, dropping its seeds in the crotch of another tree. The fig sprouts an aggressive network of aerial roots that surrounds and often crushes its host. Luckily, the Victoria's riflebird can make lively use of a dead stump. This adult male gives the evil eye to a noisy young upstart's messy hunt for grubs. The oblivious teenager keeps banging away. The adult planned to use that stump for a courtship ritual he's been practicing for years. The youngster surrenders the stump and spies on the riflebird Romeo to steal some of his moves. It'll take about 5 years for the juvenile to grow into a sleek, black adult. He'll need all that time to perfect his love dance. The dapper bird belts out a seductive squawk. It sets this female's heart aflutter. He really struts his stuff. The lady's not sure he's the one to sweep her off her perch. Sure, he can dance, but will he be a good father? He gives it all he's got. She's just not that into him. The lush forests in northeast Australia owe their existence to the Great Dividing Range, a more than 3,500-kilometer chain of mountains along the east coast. Winds off the ocean stumble over the range, spilling their moisture and feeding the dense jungle. Mangrove trees filter the rain rushing off the hills back to the Pacific, removing silt and toxins. Here are male cassowary beachcombs, strangely exposed for such a shy guy. Not that the giant, flightless bird has much to fear. With his more than 12-centimeter talons, he can practically disembowel his enemies, including humans, with one swift kick. Or he can turn tail and bolt 48 kilometers per hour and leap 2 meters in the air. Mainly, he'll keep to himself, quietly looking for fruit or insects. But today is a special day. He has a heavy date. The female, at up to 60 kilograms, can outweigh him by about 20 kilos. Cassowaries are no Casanovas. Only in courtship do they tolerate each other. If they hit it off, they'll stay together until she lays her clutch of 3 to 5 eggs. Then she's off to find a new man, leaving baby daddy to raise the young. Not many bird species play it like that, but it helps maximize mama bird's offspring. Beyond the cassowary coast, sediments from the Great Dividing Range settled into the ocean to create nature's largest housing development. The Great Barrier Reef, the largest living structure on Earth. The coral forms a fragile scaffold that supports an astonishing variety of life and an almost equal number of ways to die. Here on the Great Barrier Reef, survival takes strategy. This octopus blends in. Others rely on good looks or flashing colors to confuse predators or scare up a meal. More direct, this little peacock mantis shrimp packs a shell-smashing 80-kilometer-per-hour punch. A master of disguise, the leaf scorpion fish mimics a dead sea plant, waiting for prey to get close enough to gobble up. Down here, danger comes in all sizes and shapes. Sharks and skates don't need to be subtle. Almost 130 species patrol the Great Barrier Reef. Down below, sea anemones can deliver a wicked sting. But clownfish get along by making friends of their anemones. Probably protected from the venom by a layer of mucus, the fish keep their swaying host clean. In northern Australia, parts of the reef reach all the way to the beach. Which is partially flanked by a maze of mangroves. Uninviting as it is, it hides an even better reason to keep out. The saltwater crocodile, or Salty, a pet name for nobody's pet. The world's largest reptile can grow up to 7 meters long and weigh over a ton. Don't let the name fool you. Saltwater crocodiles also lurk in freshwater, so think twice before stepping into the intertidal zone. Feral pigs rooting around for aquatic herbs let their stomachs rule their brains. They wander into deep water and can find themselves in deep trouble. Because Salty is craving something tender too. Feral pigs hit the water to pluck the tastiest plants, while Salty joins them to pluck the tastiest pigs. After pigging out, our Salty could skip meals for a year. But don't bet your life on it. Animals prefer not to be eaten, yet many of the plants here count on their fruit being devoured. Large leaves help plants drink in the dappled sunlight beneath the rainforest's dark canopy. Without room to spread, plants need allies to scatter their seeds. The cassowary, now a single dad, is happy to help. The big bird is one of the few animals that can gobble up the poisonous and aptly named cassowary plum without getting sick. Papa Cassowary and his chicks cover over a kilometer, looking for food and passing seeds along the way. This chick's eyes are bigger than its beak. A lesson in visual judgment. Until Junior masters it, Dad will pre-chew his food. Besides fruit, they eat snails, bugs, frogs, and lizards. He'll use his knife-like talons for digging around the cluttered forest floor, or for defending his chicks from dogs and feral pigs. They're certainly not threatened by this little guy, busy squirreling away fruit. Practically nothing about the musky rat kangaroo suggests it's a real roo, but it's the smallest, most primitive of the kangaroos. This guinea pig-sized gardener buries his fruit in patches of sunlight so he can retrieve them later. Except sometimes he forgets, and the seeds germinate. Nearby, the brush turkey does his part, stirring up leaf litter and speeding its breakdown into fertile soil. While the turkey and the kangaroo tend their garden, Papa Cassowary takes his chicks down to the stream. Papa will show them all the best eating and drinking spots in his territory, which they're free to use until he kicks them out in about 9 months. Finding water's not a problem here. The mountains of the Great Dividing Range squeeze about 4,500 millimeters of rain per year from the clouds over the coast. Much of it cascades from the mountaintops. The red-browed finch couldn't be happier here. The night shift begins. A striped possum climbs out of his treehouse to grab a bite. It probes its elongated finger into the rotten wood. For bugs and larvae, it's the digit of death. Like a safecracker, the possum might be able to finger his prey by feeling vibrations. But wait, what's that sound? He's not the lone hunter in this dark forest. A long-nosed bandicoot probably got a whiff of the striped possum long before he saw him. Even if the bandicoot didn't have a keen sense of smell, the possum's one malodorous marsupial. But the bandicoot's busy with something else. A big, juicy cicada. Nearby, a Herbert River ringtail possum spies on him. But ringtails favor plants. The same goes for the spectacled flying fox, one of the largest of the bat species. It prefers fruit and flower nectar, and the fruit and flowers are happy to have him. Flowers growing out of the sides of trees invite bats to pollinate them, so everybody wins. While the flying foxes pick flowers, the striped possums struggle to grab some grubs. When their sensitive ET-like fingers fail them, they attack the wood with powerful jaws and saber-like incisors. He's not giving up. Nothing goes to waste out here. The red-legged patamelon, a hair-sized kangaroo, munches a salad of fallen leaves. To his consternation, he's not dining alone tonight. Out of the forest comes a common brush-tail possum, claiming this clearing, as if there's no other place in the whole forest to eat. The patamelon resists the pushy possum. They try to ignore each other. But the larger possum gets his way. Common brush-tail possums usually do. They're the most widespread marsupials in Australia and even live in cities. The red-legged patamelon gets forced to the sidelines. But even the patamelon has an easier night than the striped possum, who finally got his grub. Disregarding everything else, the striped possum stays focused on his meal. A busy night gives way to a busy new day. That finds the mother tree kangaroo waddling through the highland treetops. Her little one's not so little anymore. While she grabs a meal, her Joey has a snack. He's learning which leaves won't make him sick. Lumhold's kangaroos can digest many that are toxic to other mammals. Lumhold's tree kangaroos freeze when threatened, making them hard to spot. Despite their lumpy awkwardness, if cornered, they can leap to the ground from as high as 15 meters. One tree over from the kangaroos, double-eyed fig parrots get figgy with it. Blending in, They give themselves away by the rustling branches and the sticky bits of figs and foliage they send raining down. Today's a big day for Mom and her little Joey. Time to leave the pouch. That might not be such a good idea. For a baby kangaroo, or even a grown-up, 30 meters is a long way to fall. But that's not the worst of it. Whatever you do, don't look down. Mama's taken off the training wheels. The Joey still needs a little nip of milk before continuing. Off he goes, on his first solo. He's a natural. As the rainforest shrank, Lumhold's tree kangaroos retreated from lowland forests to the mountains, above 300 meters. He's done for today, and goes back to the security of Mom's pouch. Safely stowed, baby and mother climb down the tree, fireman style. Only not quite so fast. Finally, on the ground, they find themselves in a construction zone. And here is the architect, the golden bowerbird. The smallest species of bowerbird must have a Napoleon complex because he builds the largest shelters, called bowers. The female scrutinizes every move as he painstakingly weaves and decorates his love shack. He does it all to attract her. If she likes his work, she'll mate with him. But first, he needs a snack. Can he excite a lady's passion for architecture? The obsessive master builder spots a design flaw. A leaf out of place. But he still has the female on the hook. The male bowerbird's advances aren't exactly charming, but they work. She's not his first seduction of the season, and she won't be the last he lures to his Playboy mansion. Life is not so swinging for this hectic little Antechinus. The mouse-like marsupial male lives only long enough to breed once, and that's if he's lucky. But he's not the one in danger right now. The jungle carpet python might hanker for a little kangaroo. The joey practices climbing while his mom is nearby making sure the python has moved on. He's too busy trying to keep his balance to worry about other potential problems. At least for the time being, the little adventurer's home is secure. Much of the tree kangaroo's habitat is a battleground for developers. Since European settlement, development has cleared 3/4 of Australia's rainforests. These northern forests that look so endless are actually ringed by huge banana and sugarcane plantations. But there's still a refuge here. The cassowary chicks have grown gangly and strong, almost ready to explore the forest on their own. No one knows how many of these reclusive birds live out here, but probably about 2,000 adults. The function of their bizarre helmet, called a casque, is a topic of debate. It grows throughout their lives and might help the bird push through thick jungle growth or display age and dominance. Sometimes it's used to unearth tasty morsels under the leaf litter. The weirdly ornamented cassowary and the strange pouched creatures of Australia's Great Dividing Range suggest that nature has a sense of humor. But here, just like everywhere else, nature is doing what it does best, making the most of every situation.